Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here with yet another video on my favorite thing in the entire world. God damn cryptocurrency, that's right. Still is.
Tell me how you do it. She won't tell anyone. She said it'd be better if you only just tell her. Take the
Please, if you enjoy my content, smash a like, fire in a comment. Today we're talking about baked beans. Is the party over? Is it done? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, right? I've got quite a lot of experience with these miners now. It's been about a year, right? And we can kind of tell now when the ghost is up, right? And there's pretty simple ways to tell. I'm going to show you how to check these things for yourself so you know whether it's a good idea to invest in or not. Of course, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. There's nothing that I can tell you that will convince you otherwise to go into mining Ponzi's like this or don't go in. They can be extremely lucrative. The one piece of advice I will always give anyone going into a miner is if you're not planning to shill your referral link, which you get 12% of the BNB used to bake beans from anyone who uses your referral link. If you're not willing to do that, then I would suggest probably not going in. If you're going to be a investor who's going to just go in here and ignore the referral system, you will probably have a tough time getting your investment back. That's facts. It's not impossible, but you're going to have a tough time doing it. Because this 8%, right? This 8% data return is changeable, it will change. So we're going to be talking about the baked bean miner in this video, but I really want to talk about this amazing story first. So if you want to find out my opinion on baked beans, then you're going to have to wait until we finish talking about what Spook Beans did yesterday. Right. Spook Beans is on the Phantom blockchain. You come over here and then you just connect here. By connecting to Spook Beans, you will then, you simply put in Phantom into this miner. It is an 8% daily payout on your deposited Phantom. The Phantom you put in, of course, is locked forever in the contract. You only get the interest paid back. It has a 2% fee compared to baked beans, which has a 3% fee. And again, the other difference is only 1% goes to the development team. The other 1% goes to a rug insurance fund for free rug souls. So yesterday, Tsunami on the AVAX blockchain rugged, hard rug, right? Apparently it was a rogue developer basically stole all the money. Whatever. So on my end, what I did was I am going to airdrop everyone who used my referral link for Tsunami, even though I said not to because I wasn't planning on airdropping. So that'll be about $1,700 I'm going to be sending down. I updated it in my Telegram. 1,780. I did for each Tsunami that was lost, I did $1. I know it was worth about 6 or 7, but I'm doing what I can. So it's 1,761 going back to those guys who used my referral link. You can find that in my Telegram. And I also sent in 500 Phantom to the rug fund. I talked to the developer Sherlock, OX Sherlock, right? And sent him 500 to go into that fund because you can actually get into their Telegram. They're going to be doing a refund for anyone who got rugged in Phantom. You just need to show that you did get rugged. Then they have a pot, which has come from the 1% of fees going into this. So that's fantastic. That's a use case for a miner, right? That is development of the miner idea. That is utility on a miner. But they have way more going on. So then all you would have to do there is deposit some Phantom, then contact them, and you would be able to sort out possibly getting partial refund of your lost funds. On Tsunami's side, apparently they're going to be moving to the Binance Smart Chain, and then they're going to be airdropping everyone who got rugged some more tokens to then start the game again. But yeah, I'm very dubious with that one. And I want to talk about miners today, not ruggers. So that's the rug fund, the Spook Beans. Get into their Telegram, get into their Discord, right, or their Twitter. You'll find out all about that. And something very interesting is happening with them too. So coming to the analytics for Spook Beans, it launched on the 12th of April, which was 12 days ago, and as you can see, the balance has begun to decline pretty much from the first day. It's been going down, right? Which can be a little bit worrying, yes, but that does mean that people who are entering now are getting a much better amount of beans for the Phantom they put in. Oh, little glitch in the camera, but as you see there, I just did re-spook that 300 Phantom rewards and threw them in here. So that's good. So now I've doubled my beans, right? So my investment into this was 500 Phantom. I've re-spooked or compounded a couple times. That was probably the biggest compound I've done so far in this. But yeah, it's more almost doubled my amount of beans, meaning that as the contract balance goes a bit lower, I'm actually, by compounding, I'm getting a bigger slice of this pie. And that's what I'm working on, because I think this has the potential, right, not financial advice, but it has the potential to grow again, yeah, to actually get stabilized and start to grow. Here's the reason. I'm just going to read this verbatim so you can get it. I want to go over briefly why I think what we're doing is one of the most innovative utilities to add to a miner. Not only is a revolutionary new fair miner in development, which I believe will be a new standard for miners, but we have begun to pivot away from the Ponzi-nomics of miners as a whole by creating a DAAS miner hybrid. As far as I know, we are the only miner project to utilize a Genesis wallet system, using these wallets to provide outside revenue streams, essentially creating or building an infinite passive income stream for the miner. No matter what happens or how high the TVL goes, eventually our revenue will outpace the daily APR withdrawals of all participants. Down the road, this will create a stagnant floor, meaning that the total available phantom everyone could withdraw every day will be equal or less to our inflowing revenue from the treasury investments. The same idea, like how they have a DAO for, like, you know, Wonderland Time. The idea was that they have treasury, then they take the treasury funds, they stake them in high risk but fair or safe DeFi projects, then use that generated income to feed back into the treasury to grow it. And that's what they're going to be doing on the back end with this miner, creating a side miner, yeah, a fair miner they're launching, which will also be feeding into the Spook Beans miner, which will be the REKT fund. This is completely unique to a miner, and why you see this model fails with nodes, right? With nodes, rewards do not decrease as TVL decreases. As investors abuse the withdrawal system, with miners they do. And that's right, as the TVL, as I've been saying, as the TVL goes down, your rewards will also go down. Combining these two models, miners and DAAS, makes more sense than any other current hybrid model out there. Hopefully that helps educate a few people on what they're trying to do. So here's an example. They moved some funds into MMF over on Kronos, I guess, to get some yield here of 308% APR. This is like the pancake swap of Kronos. So some yield farming going on there. And of course, they have just had an AMA with Crypto Phil, who's a nice guy. I like Crypto Phil. And they've organized the REKT fund here for Tsunami, right? So Tsunami REKT, I'm sorry to hear about that. So here's the REKT fund. The donation here is also there. This is where I sent that 500 Phantom. You can check with them because I did send it. So that's Spook Beans, my favorite miner. And of course, other ones I'm really enjoying, before we get into baked beans, right, would be the BUSD, Crops Farmer. The contract balance is actually still growing. Let's have a look. What's going on here? Yeah, what we got 109 crops. Of course, if I sell now, I get a 60% tax because I need to compound a few times before I can sell. That's the way that this works. This is why the balance is still growing, actually. It's going to be a very long running one. High risk, but high reward, right? So I'm going to compound that 109 crops into here, raising my total deposits now to coming up for $1,000 actually from a 550 BUSD investment. So it's forced compounding and claiming. I've claimed out about 100 BUSD so far, 150, and of course the referral rewards are insane because, you know, I'm a shiller. Like I said, if you're going to use these, you got to shill. You must shill. Let's see the contract. So the transactions are keeping steady and strong. They're slowly growing on this, which is great to see. In terms of everything else, this is the crop farmer here from yesterday is the last one, right? So you see a huge buy-in here of $400,000, and we are seeing slowly decreasing buys. They also launched over on the AVAX chain with a USDC crop farm, which I think maybe was a bit too soon because this one still needed time to grow, but I think they wanted to grab it before somebody forks this. As you can see, it's falling, but the payouts are still remaining pretty low, actually. Yeah, quite low indeed. So because people are continuing to compound because they must, or they're going to get 60% fines. When 60% fine will go back into the balance, right? It's a great idea, really good idea. So these payouts are keeping low, which gives them enough time to try and get more funds into this. So I still think they're going to break the 2 million is my kind of aim for when I'm going to start thinking about, you know, really pushing my claiming and stuff on this. I think getting about 2 million BUSD locked would be the time. And they do have over here the USDC crops farmer over on AVAX with about half of that in the balance at the moment, 1,000 wallets. I went to this one, but just with $100 to play around with it. So far it's going okay, as you can see, you know, making 13 crops. It's exactly the same, but it's over on AVAX, so it's a different form of investor, and they're hoping, you know, to get that side of the market too. For me, I'm going to be focusing mainly on the BUSD farmer though, instead of the USDC one, just because I'm in it. Because I'm in it. But if you know, this is a lower TVL, so it's also an opportunity for you to get a good handle on it and getting in early. You want to see a new miner? Well, then I suggest you come into my Crypto Mischief Shillers page, right, where we have 1,000 DJs in here who are continually shilling miners, right? As soon as a new one basically comes out, you're going to find it here. We can probably find one that's not in. There's Crops Farmer, Crops Farmer BUSD, Rocket Game. There we go. Lord Yoito. Let me use your link. So these are all, you know, high risk warning, right? So this, I was actually talking to the dev of this, and I didn't get back to him, so sorry about that. So this is what it is. Welcome to Rocket Game. How is it different from Baked Beans? It's improved. It uses BUSD, earn up to 10% daily, 2% compound bonus, 13% referral commission in 3 levels. That's nuts. Unlockable referral levels to prevent self-referring and sustain TVL. Stablecoin BUSD contract, spacey and sexy new design and branding. Read our white paper to get more informed. They're doing a $2,000 giveaway. So this is it here. Ooh, sexy, spacey, nice boobies. So how does it work? Essentially, it's the same thing, pretty much. Deposit BUSD, and we're going to get our rewards. We can either refuel, or we can land rocket, which I guess is to harvest. Out, 10%, refuel bonus 2%, dev fee 3%. Let's see the contract. That's what we want to see today. We want to see these contracts. So in BUSD, there is $800,000 in this already. Very good start to this. Good job. Referral program down here, level 1, 8%, level 2, 3%, level 2, 3, 2%. So that's kind of like coming downlines from your downlines, okay, which will really make you very high referral. So again, as I said, if you are not planning on shilling links on this, I would recommend probably not going in. But it is day one, so the best time to get into anything would be day one probably. I missed the immediate launch, but I don't care. I'm gonna shill it. So for all that, I got 91 rockets for that $200. I'm sure there's some guys out there right now with thousands of rockets and they would only put in $100, but that's the way that these things work, because they're Ponzi's, right? It's a Ponzi. All right, let's get into the Baked Beans, okay? The one you all want to know about, the viral one, the one everybody knows about. Baked Beans is now, I guess, a viral miner. Like, this has just went absolutely insane. It did. Like, let's get into the contract balance. So currently, Baked Beans has 33,742 BNB in here. BNB being about $400. So, I mean, if we just do some quick maths there, if BNB is about $400, this is a Goliath. 742, right? So that is $13.4 million in this contract at the moment. The total that's been invested over the 200 days, 150 days that this has been running. So 20 mil, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20 million, divide by 100, times 3. So the developer of Baked Beans, from just basically just forking an older miner, there's not much difference in the code here, we're going to be looking at the code, he has made himself a clean $600,000 since this started, give or take, yeah? $400,000 to $700,000, I'm sure. Brilliant. I'm very happy for the dev because, of course, it is all clear here. We know what we're getting into. All the stats are here. If you want to find out more information about it, we can come here, click on BSC scan, and then we'll bring up this, right? This is the miner here. So we'll come here and show you the BNB value here of $13.6 million, okay? And the most important thing we want to look at, right? Ignoring the transactions, because there are so many on this, over 1 million transactions, you're going to get nowhere. You want to come to analytics. And we want to try now, we will start seeing what's going on with the BNB miner. So we go to BNB balance. Okay, so this is flat, but of course, if you zoomed in on a different area, then this would not be flat. This is essentially like how you see any kind of pump coin, right? Like things were happening here. It did dip. So this would be the balance of the BNB that we just looked at on each of these given days, okay? So in the first part around, Baked Beans did peak around about here, and then it had a very long winter from November to January, where the contract balance was just being continually drained. yeah, by a couple $1,000s every day. Of course, as the contract gets less, we went all the way down to the low of only $4,000 in this contract. And then from this point, the contract started to turn around and we had a small growth, right, of new investment coming in back to 55,000. Then we continued all the way up to about 179,000 just by the end of February. And then we get to where we are today, yeah, which is what we have, right? So from that low point, it was actually a peak, then a low, and now it's been a steady growth. And then parabolic explosion from about March, okay? From about the 22nd of March, so about 30 days ago, this just took off. Now, I want to just point out one very important thing about DeFi. It's on the Binance Smart Chain. That would be that this farm here, the animal farm, was paused just almost exactly around about the time that the BNB miner took off. So does that mean that because people didn't have of course the garden, the drip garden is still running, okay? As you can see here, I have $1,000 I could take out. The drip garden is fantastic. It's my favorite miner. And it's good. It's actually, we're going to look at this later, right? But the animal farm did pause just on around about the same week actually that the BNB miner really went parabolic. Is there something in that? I'm not sure, but that we then have to look at one other very important slide here. So we can see that if we go on a slightly tighter scale here, okay, we'll just do this month, we can see what's happening now, okay? It is dipping. The contract balance of BNB beans, the contract balance of baked beans is dipping. It's going down. We are going down. Will it go down? Will it crash? I'm not sure. Are more people now claiming than depositing? For sure. We can find that out by going here to BNB transfers, and we will see what's happening here. We want to come to the same idea here. We'll come just look at this month because it's the most important part of what we're dealing with here. Okay, so we'll see now the blue line is sent out, claimed BNB. The black line is received in, and you can see for the past 2 days, there has been more BNB coming out of the baked beans miner than going in. That is why the contract balance is going down, of course. And as you can see, there's a very clear trend here of what's happening. The going out BNB is growing, the coming in BNB is shrinking. So for sure, that means that in the short to long term, this baked beans miner is going to lose a lot of its contract balance. When that happens, this 8% that's here will not be paid out. You will be getting a much lower payout from whatever BNB you've been putting in here. And it's going to take you longer to ROI. There's only two solutions now. You have to shill it, get your referral link, shill it, get the 12% rewards, and get your return on your investment that way. Then you could either just claim, yeah, take it out, and that's it. You've won. You've won the game. This is a game, right? It's not. Don't take it seriously. Or you can compound it back in and risk the fact that you're going to get a bigger slice of the pie. You know, see it as a pie, right? The amount of people who are compounding are going to get a larger portion of this contract balance. As it goes down, more people claim out. That means that their pie slice gets smaller. But if you compound, your pie slice gets bigger. But if no money ever comes back into this, then it will just get lower and lower. So BNB Miner started this trend over a year ago, right? This is the one that kicked it all off. It pays 3% daily. Baked Beans pays 8% daily. But apart from that, there's only one or two very slight differences in the contract. So Baked Beans is not a new idea. It's nothing innovative, right? The only thing that's lower is the dev fee and the higher payout, right? And a couple other things I'm going to show you. So then this would be the BNB Miner. This had a gigantic balance. Absolutely insane. It did have, right? We're going to have a look at it. But now, at this point, we are sitting with 1,000 BNB in the contract, okay? So we would take Baked Beans sitting at 33,000 BNB and BNB Miner now at a tiny 1,000 BNB, which is still massive, still very large. I can't believe it's still that large. I think, personally, one day BNB Miner will have another run. I think because the 3% payout is a much more sustainable model than this 8% payout, which will bleed extremely fast. You'll be very surprised how fast this is going to drain if it goes wrong. Very surprised. You're going to be shocked. It'll be shocking. So we come into BSC scan. We're going to do the same thing. And I'm going to show you the story of BNB Miner. And you're going to see a lot of similarities. So we come to the same thing. Analytics, right? We want to see BNB balance. And here we go. So same idea, right? We come, and this one started April 22nd, 2021. So if we cut out that and we come to 2021, So this was the beginning of BNB Minor, right? This would be from 2021 and March 2021 until, this is about 6 months up until August, right? And you can see its balance continued pretty much to grow very well. It peaked, yeah, at a BNB balance of 55 BNB. That's it, right? He's even got 1,000 now, right? And then by the July, had its low point, yeah, low point there of just 46 BNB, and then up again to 108 BNB here, right? And then from this point, it just went absolutely insane. Insanity ensued, right? And we see the all-time high of this. All-time high BNB balance of this baby was 7,000 BNB, right? Which is nothing compared to what Baked Beans has garnered, but 3% payout compared to 8% payout. But what happened to it? From that point of euphoria, we then had what has been a long decline until now. We are sitting, yeah, 1,000 is since February was 1,500, then 1,200, 1,200, 1,100. Yeah, it is slowly now draining, but it's pretty much floored. Has actually kind of floored. So you got to think which one you want to buy now. Do you want to buy the top on Baked Beans, or you want to buy a 3% daily on something that's slowly coming down, but it may actually have another leg in it? I'm not sure, because as these miners get more and more popular, actually you're going to come back to the ones who've worked all along, and that's going to be good. So what's the difference between them then? Apart from the 8%, let's come to this. Okay, bringing this up, this is the Baked Beans miner and the original BNB miner that we've just looked at, okay? So the original BNB miner has this magic trade balancing algorithm, which is almost exactly the same as the Baked Beans miner uses. The difference we have is that the 3 million contract and start and the 9 million contract and start, this is the seed, right? The fact that the BNB miner had a 3 million contract at start, so you're comparing that 6 million difference there, that means that the Baked Beans miner had a fairer launch than the original BNB miner, because by seeding it with 9 million in the contract instead of 3 million, that means that the first couple wallets to get in didn't get such a large slice of the pie. So that is great, okay? That's because that's one of the huge problems with miners. We all snipe the launch, and the people who get in extremely early are the bots. If you watch my old video from 4 or 5 days ago about this one up here, you'll know what I mean about bots and miners and how they get in the contract, and they can take a huge slice of the daily payout, right? So this is a way of anti-botting slightly, but they could have put way more in the contract to make it fairer, but of course then people don't like to ape into that. But yeah, apart from that, that's it. That's the similarities. It is just a new lick of paint. These shots here were sent up into my Telegram today by, I think he's called Miner Pork. Let me check. Pig Farmer sent these in, okay? So this is, he's quite an interesting guy. You can find him in my Telegram chat if you want to talk to him about miners. He's quite obsessed with them, I think. He's doing all these charts on them. So I thought I'd use them in a video. So as you can see here, he wrote in more out than in classic. Yeah, classic end of a miner. He's right. We've seen it time and time again. So yeah, I would keep away from that. So as I was saying, with Animal Farm being paused and that contributing to the boost in TVL of the Baked Beans miner, does that mean that in a few days, when Animal Farm unpauses, looking like Tuesday or Thursday, right? Or maybe next Tuesday. It's always on Tuesday or Thursday with Forex, right? Does that mean that as this opens again and people start putting their capital in here, it's going to drain the Baked Beans miner even faster? I think yes. I think that once Animal Farm opens again and the piggy bank especially opens again, it's going to absolutely drain this so fast you're not going to know what happened. You're going to lose your shirt, right? So be very careful with this one. So 0.1 BNB, I'm going to take them because we're at the top. There's no point buying anymore right now. We're at the top. Get lower down in TVL, then you're going to be able to get more for your buck, is the way I see it, right? So I'm just going to chill out on that one. I'm actually compounding the BNB miner again though, and I'm tempted to put more BNB into this. So that's something I'm doing. Okay, thank you very much for tuning into today's video on Miner Mayhem, Baked Beans death. What do you think? Get in the comments. Do you think Baked Beans is on a slow decline to nowhere? Will Animal Farm be a nice nail in the coffin for it? Is BNB Miner worth getting into? What do you think of these new ones? Anyone in them? Get in the comments. Peace. Don't get wrecked.